Hey, hello leaders. This is Paul Grau Jr. and welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges. So today, I'm going to give you 5 simple rules to help make your meetings great. Now, we've all sat through meetings upon meetings upon meetings. And you know what? Quite frankly, my opinion is we have too many damn meetings. We got to cut the meetings out. Just have meetings that are essential. And that's one of the rules. But there's 4 more. I think you're going to like it. It comes from the vault, and this was originally Season 1, Episode 96. And it's as relevant today as it was back then. So here we go. How often have you sat through an awful meeting? I mean, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So let me ask you, are the meetings you are holding awful? What would your team members say? Would they say they're awful? Well, today we're going to talk about how you can turn those awful meetings into great meetings. Let's talk about today's challenge of awful meetings and how you can make them great. Well, I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably saying to yourself, the only realistic way to turn an awful meeting into a great meeting is to cancel a meeting. Am I right? Well, I think there's a lot of truth to that, but we really want to try to turn our awful meetings into great meetings. So let's run to this challenge together. Now, turning awful meetings into great leaders takes a conscious effort on everyone's part. Yet the first thing you need to do as a leader is to make sure only the absolute necessary team members are attending the meeting. So rule number 1 is simple. It's to uninvite team members to the meeting. That's right. If they are not absolutely needed at the meeting, don't make them come and sit through all the babble that's going on. Of course, if they really enjoy sitting and listening to all that, have them come. Let's see, what's next? Well, if you really want a great meeting, you need to prepare your people ahead of time with some type of agenda. Don't simply show up to talk, of course, unless you are having some type of meeting to get to know each other. But even in that case, let everyone know ahead of time to prepare themselves for what's coming. So, rule number 2 is to be sure to equip your meeting attendees with information about the meeting. Develop some kind of agenda, even if it's some kind of short text group message to the group. Make sure they come prepared knowing what you're going to talk about. Set them up for success. Prepare them for the meeting. So, after you have minimized the attendees who are attending and equipped them with an agenda of some kind, you'll want to prepare yourself for the meeting. Don't ever go into a meeting that you may be leading unprepared. This includes printing out PowerPoints, if you actually use those dinosaurs, which, oh, by the way, I highly don't recommend. I know they keep you on track during a meeting, but just think about all the time and effort that is wasted into creating PowerPoint slides for a meeting that'll just end up in the trash 15 minutes after the meeting. Not to mention all the money that is wasted on printing, etc. Look at all the time your people are spending creating those PowerPoints to look perfect for you, their leader. Meetings without PowerPoints are much better because it really forces everyone to listen carefully and pay attention and not to just tune out and follow along some PowerPoint slideshow. So rule number 3 is to prepare yourself and lose the slides. Take notes and have real discussions. Ask real questions. What a concept for a meeting, huh? All right, another thing you could do to turn your awful meetings into great meetings is to let other people run meetings. Utilize your meeting times to grow your people into better leaders, to allow them to be in the spotlight, to allow them to take charge, all while you sit back and guide and mentor them and take it all in while asking lots of open-ended questions. You know, the kind of questions that is not a yes-no question, the type of question that actually makes them answer in a sentence or two. So rule number 4 is to step aside and let your people run the meetings while you clarify questions. Now, of course, if they're running the meetings, they're going to want to do steps 1, 2, and 3 as well. So prep your people. Start giving them the reins. Finally, the last thing I would recommend, and this is probably the most important thing, you need to ask yourself if the meeting is really necessary. And if it's not, cancel the meeting. Ask yourself what you can do instead of having a meeting. Take advantage of technology. We're in the most tech-savvy world ever. Are you taking advantage of that? Can you do something in lieu of having a meeting? Video calls, conference calls, text group. Think outside the box. If the meeting's not necessary, don't waste your people's time. So the bottom line about meetings is we waste way too much time sitting in worthless meetings when we could instead be visiting with our team members and building relationships and learning about the goods, the bads, and the uglies about their jobs and responsibilities. So rule number 5 is to eliminate as many meetings as you can and only have the bare essential meetings. Utilize technology and think outside the box to come up with an alternative to a meeting. Well, I hope you got something out of today's episode, and be sure to let me know how you make your meetings great. Feel free to always contact me directly at Paul Grau, that's PaulGrau, at currentleadershipcoaching.com. Thanks for listening, and until tomorrow, run to your challenges.